Welcome back to my channel. If you are a first-time home buyer and you want to know exactly what the home buying process looks like from before you're even ready to getting the keys to your house, you're going to want to watch this episode. Ivan Simmental here, and I'm here to guide you through the awesome journey of becoming a homeowner. Like I said, today we are diving deep into the home buying process, specifically geared towards first-time home buyers. So we're going to cover everything from getting your finances in order to finally getting those keys in your hand. So guys, take some notes, grab a pen, paper, notepad, whatever you use, iPad, tablet, and let's get started. Number one is preparing your finances. First things first, let's talk about making sure that your finances are in order. This step is crucial because it sets the foundation for your entire home buying journey. And so I really want to emphasize and touch on what you need to do. First thing, check your credit score. Your credit score plays a huge role in getting approved for a mortgage and making sure that you obtain a solid interest rate. You're going to want to aim for a credit score of at least 620, but of course, we all know that the higher, the better your options will be. Next, you're going to want to save for a down payment. Of course, in a perfect world, ideally you want to save at least 20% of the home's purchase price to avoid private mortgage insurance. But do not worry, if you cannot save 20%, that is totally fine. That's in a perfect world, as I said. Many loans require as little as 3 to 3.5% down. So there are options out there if you can't save the full 20%. Make sure to create a budget. Look at your current expenses and determine how much you can afford to spend on a monthly mortgage payment. Remember that you need to factor in property taxes, insurance, and the maintenance costs of that property. Here's an example. If you're looking at a $300,000 home, saving a 20% down payment means setting aside $60,000. But like I said, if that is not feasible, it is totally fine. Let's say you do 5% down instead, which is $15,000 down. Of course, you're going to have to take into consideration now private mortgage insurance, but that is totally fine. At least you're getting into the game. Step two, you're going to want to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Now, what does this mean? Let's discuss getting pre-approved for a mortgage. This step is essential because this is where you really determine how much house you can afford. The lender is going to tell you what type of loan you can get, and it also shows sellers that you are a serious buyer. Here's what you're going to need to do to get ready for the pre-approval process. You're going to need to gather financial documents. Lenders will need your recent pay stubs, tax returns, bank statements, and any other proof of income. Of course, a lot of lenders won't tell you this, but make sure to shop around for lenders. Don't settle for the first lender you talk to. Make sure that you compare interest rates, programs, terms from multiple lenders to find what suits you the best. Once you are pre-approved, you'll receive a letter stating how much you can borrow. Think of it as your ticket to submit offers to houses. When you start making offers on homes, they're going to require that letter for you to submit with your offer. Here's an example. You might be pre-approved for $250,000 with an interest rate of 5 or 6% or 7%. This is also going to give you a clear budget, and it also helps you to narrow down your home search when you are being sent homes by your real estate agent. Talking about real estate agent. Next, finding the right real estate agent. Now, why is this important? Think of this person as your partner in this entire process. They're going to help you navigate the market, negotiate deals on your behalf, and handle all of the paperwork that you do not want to do. Trust me, you do not want to do. How do you find one? Well, most importantly, ask for recommendations. Talk to your friends, family members, colleagues who have recently purchased homes, and they will give you referrals for their trusted real estate agents. Now, once you do find one, interview multiple agents. Don't just go with the first agent that you meet. Interview a few to see who you feel the most comfortable with and who really understands you and who you really get along with and who you feel is really going to take the initiative and help and guide you through the entire process. Make sure to check their credentials. Make sure that your agent is, of course, licensed and has a good track record. You could follow Zillow, Google, Facebook. Sometimes they'll have all of their reviews on there. A great agent, like I said, will help you understand the market trends and find homes that fit your criteria. For example, they can provide insights on neighborhoods, schools, and future developments, and really what's going on and the ins and outs of specific neighborhoods that they may know. Next comes the house hunting. This is the fun part. this is really the fun part to some people. Here's how to make the most of your search. Make a wish list. In one list, you're going to have your must-haves, and in the other list, you're going to have your nice to-haves. Think about things like the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the yard size, the proximity to work, school, shopping, all that stuff. Take into consideration. Next, attend open houses. This is a great way to get a feel for what you like and what you do not like in a home. And of course, this is hands down, stay within your budget, because it is easy to get carried away. But if you stick to your budget, you're going to avoid financial stress down the line. Here's an example. If you need a home office, make that a priority on your list. And remember, no house is perfect, so be ready to compromise on some of your nice to-haves. Next, you're going to be making an offer. Once you find the perfect home, it is time to make an offer, and here's how it's going to happen. You're going to consult with your real estate agent. They're going to help you determine a fair offer based on the comparables in that area. Comparables are other houses that are like that house that have sold in that area within a certain time frame. You're going to want to include contingencies. And these contingencies, think of them as your safe haven to protect your money. Think of it, you're going to have a appraisal contingency, a loan contingency, and a home inspection contingent, or like a due diligence period. This is where if you find anything that you don't like, or if you find something that isn't up to par of your liking, you're able to back out with no questions asked. Thank you very much. Here we go. Be prepared to negotiate because the seller might counter offer you. So be ready to negotiate the price and terms in case if an appraisal comes in low. Here's an example of one. So if the home is listed for $250,000 and you might make an offer for $240,000 with your contingencies for home inspection and the appraisal. Let's say the house doesn't appraise, right? Like I mentioned. And let's say you get it for $250,000 instead of the $240,000 that you wanted. And you do your appraisal, right? And you're within your appraisal contingency. Usually it's 14 days. And let's say the house comes back at $235,000. Now, this is where you're going to have to negotiate. Hey, I only want to pay $235,000, or hey, I'm willing to give you an additional $5,000 or $10,000 above that $235,000. So this is where it's really important to get a real estate agent that really understands these tactics. And then your home inspection. This is going to identify any potential issues with the property, like structural problems or any needed repairs, water heaters, all that good stuff. This is where you're going to find it. It's your opportunity to request repairs or negotiate the price on whatever findings you guys look at. The appraisal, I know we talked a little bit about this. This is conducted by us, the lender, and it's to ensure that the home is worth the amount that you're buying and you're paying for. If the appraisal comes in lower, as mentioned, you're going to need to negotiate. So I've already given you an example. It's very common. For the most part, real estate agents know how to really price their house. So this is not going to happen too much, but it can. Almost to the end right now. Closing your home loan, closing your deal. This is when we're like almost to the finish line, but not quite. Closing your deal involves several final steps. We have your final walkthrough. This is your chance to make sure that all of the repairs that were negotiated or all of the repairs that you requested and they agreed upon, that you're going to make sure that they were made and the home is in the expected condition. Now, you're also going to have closing costs at the end of your loan. Be prepared to pay closing costs. And these typically range from 1.5% to all the way up to 5%, 6%, 7%, depending on discount points and origination points to get a lower interest rate. And this goes off of the purchase price of the house. Also included in this is title, loan fees, insurance, taxes, all that good stuff are included in your closing costs. Next, sign the loan documents. You'll sign a lot of loan documents to finalize the loan and the transfer of ownership. Your agent and your lender, of course, should be guiding you through this process and kind of giving you examples of what to expect and what to look for. Here's an example of closing costs. So let's say your purchase price was $250,000. Closing costs might range anywhere from 4 to 8 to 9, 10,000. Again, depends on how low you wanted your interest rate. Of course, make sure that you've budgeted for these expenses. You're almost there. Next step is the move-in. This is the agony, the back aching from moving. Before that, this is the part where we congratulate you. You are now a homeowner. And here are a few tips for a smooth move-in process. As I said, hire professionals. If it's within your budget, this can save you a lot of stress and a lot of time. Trust me, I've done this. Make sure to change your home address, notify the post office, your employer, and any other subscription services that you have of your new address. Set up utilities. Make sure your electricity, water, gas, internet, all of these are all set up and ready to go. Here's an example that I use or that I do. I create a checklist of tasks to ensure that nothing gets overlooked during the move. And that's it. You are through the entire home buying process. The home buying process can be a roller coaster, but with the right preparation and guidance, you'll be holding those keys to your new home in no time. As always, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more home buying tips and advice. Also, feel free to drop any questions in the comments below, and I'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode.